What's up, everybody? Today we're revisiting my 52-inch antique brass and off-white Fasco World's Fair ceiling fan. This fan here I videotaped, I would say, around 4 years ago. And since then I've acquired a set of Fasco genuine cane blades for the fan, which I figured was deserving of a re-video. The Fasco World's Fair was Fasco's flagship fan of the 80s. They lasted from, I would say, they were introduced around 1983, and they lasted all the way until around 1990. This particular fan here dates to 1984. These fans use the Vari-Low variable speed system, which on this particular fan is a little bit faulty, to say the least. I will demonstrate it. It works somewhat, but it only gives you, it's basically it turned itself into basically a 3-speed fan. All the way down low gives you the low speed. And then if you turn it any higher, it just defaults to medium. These very low systems only range from low to medium, not from low to high, like on normal variable speed systems. And of course the pull chain gives you the high speed, but for demonstration purposes we'll use a 3-speed wall control, capacitor based, which gives this fan more of an aesthetic low than the very low system does. Even though I believe, when the system was working properly, it actually gave you a true aesthetic low as well, normal for Fasco fans, but you'll have that. The flywheel has been replaced. I replaced the flywheel ages ago. Well, not ages ago, but back when I first got this thing. So it's got a newer flywheel on it, which I had to modify for 6 blades because they only sold 5-blade flywheels for Fasco fans. And I don't even think the company I got these flywheels from is even around anymore, which sucks. Because that was the only source of getting replacement Fasco flywheels. But so low speed here is quite aesthetic. The fan runs pretty well as well, pretty quiet. Bearings are still good shape, so they don't make any noise. This particular fan came out of a church up in, I would say, around 2 hours away. I forget exactly where this came from. A buddy of mine picked this one up in an identical twin, with the exception of, this fan having the plain blades. And these cane blades are actually on a fan that, the same exact finish World's Fair that actually popped up locally here. And also my buddy picked it up, and he decided to trade me these blades for my plain set, which I didn't hesitate to agree on that because I've always wanted a Fasco cane blade fan regardless of what it was. And we're going to take it to high. We got a bit of wobbling on the high speed, likely. Seems like the blades are probably slightly warped, even though it's kind of unlikely because these blades are like a 1/4 inch thick. But it might be some balancing issues as well in there. But the fan cranks around 190, 180 RPM. Blades have around a 13-degree blade pitch, like normal for Fasco fans. So it does a pretty good job of moving the air. Usually 6-blade fans don't move as much air as 4-blade fans, but this one here does a pretty good job. So what we're doing now is we're showing the fan an updraft, and I'm actually showing you the original the fan operated on its Vari-Low system. Now, and like I said, it's cranked all the way down, which gives you the low speed, but as soon as I turn it just even the slightest turn, like an eighth of a turn off its low setting, it just goes straight to medium. There's no in between like there should be. So like you see, you can already tell that the low speed on the Vari-Low is a little bit faster. Like I said, it's just going to go right to its maximum speed on the Vari-Low, which is around medium speed on a 3-speed Fasco fan. And here's the high speed. And you've seen the Fasco's ball and socket system there at its best. It's not like typical ball and socket systems where it has a pin that protrudes into the ball socket, but the freaking pin protrudes out of the ball socket itself. So, and the way the mounting bracket's designed, it's allowed a fan to rotate like that from the torque of the motor. Pretty weird system, their ball and socket designs of the early 80s before they redesigned to a more generic ball and socket system in around 1986 was when they made that switch. High speed there, as you can tell, a little bit less wobble, but around the same speed. And we'll go ahead and let it coast. And like I said, these blades are much thicker than the stock set, the non-cane set. And the reason why they are as thick as they are is because the cane inserts are actually, and there's a groove routed into the surface of the blade. And those cane inserts are press fitted into those grooves and glued in place. That's how they're held on there. Pretty interesting concept. It's the only fan I've encountered that has that. And the cane blades were probably only available from around 1983 until around 1986, if I were to guess. I mean, there might be differences in those years probably, but I'm not really too sure. But I mean, they are hard to find, in any form, on any fan. I've only seen cane blades on the World's Fair, the Old South, and even the Parlor fan, and that's about it. Well, the Parlor fan might be left out because they were discontinued in 1982, I believe. Like I said, it's all speculation. Just commentary to fill in the time that takes the fan to spin down. But these blades also have a taper to them toward the top surface of the blade, which probably helps in aerodynamic. So there you go, folks. There was the Fasco World's Fair, back once again with cane blades. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.